we decided one summer when she
Yep.
was home from college,
Gotcha.
we were going to watch every episode that summer. And we did. And it got to the point where Ian and Lisa would just go off somewhere else, anywhere else. So they didn't, as we're binging our fourth episode in the day. But I think I've seen, I hate to say it, but I've seen every episode at least 3 or 4 times. And
You're always finding something new.
yes.
But
Yeah.
good comedy is worth watching again. It is.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. There was just so much out of that. I think I've seen Jim and Pam's wedding at least 3 or 4 times. And I am a little on the sentimental side, but I mean, I'm not that way about any other show except for The Office. And I can't say I've seen more than every Seinfeld episode, maybe twice, possibly 3 times.
Well, you bonded with your daughter over it. That's I think amazing.
Oh my gosh. She and I still quote lines from that show. So I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. I know.
Everybody's front phone.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. It really struggled because the first season they
Hmm.
just did a copy paste of the British version,
Right.
and it was kind of trouble with reading. Then when they kind of went the second season on their own, then like
It blossomed.
yeah,
Well, and it was so discomforting that first season because there was a whole lot of, I mean, there was a lot of breakthrough. It was like watching the first season of All in the Family. I'm like, whoa, what did they just say? Um, and it was it if the characters didn't become endearing to you, it was very off-putting. But there are some moments where you kind of you peer into Michael Scott's life growing up and some of the things he experienced, the relationship with his mother, and you could see how he got where he got, and then how he was struggling to be the person he knew he needed to be, but he wasn't. He didn't have any guidance along the way at all.
if Mike was sitting here, we would turn this to God's mission because it's like a perfect.
Isn't it?
It's perfect on what we've been talking about.
Yes.
Force of these, yeah, Michael Scott's got
Right.
Michael Scott's got
He's got a few, but you end up loving the guy for probably all the wrong reasons. Probably mostly because you can't be empathetic; it's mostly sympathetic.
yeah.
um, but I love all those characters. They were great. This is a good show, and the best is when Ricky Gervais shows up on the show, and they look at each other like, "Do I know you?"
Well, just every episode. I mean, like I said, the first season I struggled through because I watched the British Office.
Uh-huh.
And I appreciated the British humor.
Yes.
But I did, it was just good. Good translation by Americans across. It's not as dry. We're not as dry.
No.
As the Brits are.
No, I love British humor though. Always have. Mm. Yeah, that's always a questionable moment because I don't think Ian was much older than about 13 when we watched Holy Grail. And I was starting to remember from college these scenes, and I'm like, oh, and I'm reaching for the remote almost frantically, and I finally grab it and I go, we're just gonna bypass that scene just for a moment here. And then I think we're gonna be okay, and we were. And of course, all I really wanted him to see was the Black Knight. Right here. And thank you so much. God bless you. Merry Christmas.
You brought Spamalot to
The stage. Yeah.
Yeah, and I took my son to see it, and I'm like, I wonder if he's going to get this humor.
Did he?
I don't know. I think he did to a certain degree. He was maybe 16, 17 years old.
Uh-huh.
There were moments, but it felt a bit forced. Unlike the TV show, it just felt.
Oh, man.
So they wrote so well.
Yes. I remember the first time I came into contact with Monty Python was my first year at college. And right there in the commons area, and we're all watching, I'm like, this is awesome.
I didn't have a TV. I didn't have a TV. I moved out of my folks' house. And
my best friend and I would go over to mom and dad's house on I think Wednesday nights or whatever it was, just to watch Monty Python.
Oh,
It was so radically different,
yes.
so well. And Saturday Night Live was on the heels of that.
Yes.
It was a whole different genre of comedy.
Well, early Saturday Night Live was hard to beat. There was
Oh, yeah.
some great sketches there. That was Chevy Chase that delivered that line. Yeah.
Steve Martin and
Oh, yeah.
Gilda Radner.
Gilda Radner.
Oh,
Yep.
Belushi.
Yep. Dan Aykroyd.
Guy gave me a bunch of tapes he wanted me to transfer to CD, and they were of was before Saturday Night Live. They did a radio show called "The Dog with a Gun." What's that called? Anyway, they did a number of episodes for radio, and it was
Dog with a gun.
Of,
I'll have to look that up. I did not know.
I'll have to get you some discs.
Okay.
I'll run you some files.
That'd be awesome.
See that.
Hmm. Well, a nice warm shower is going to feel great. I'm about an hour away from that. Oh, it's still gold? Okay. All right. Yeah, I can see that.
All right, they let you back out. All right. Yeah, no, these stuff fly quick.
I got the White House.
Yeah.
Figure that. Oh, I have that audio. Oh, yeah. I need that in your voice. Oh, that's funny. He sent me the audio from talking about Mike Johnson. I was ready to be. You know, I was starting to speak on it.
Yeah. Did you guys hear Eric Schwartz on the radio show do his comedy bit? He's going to be there tonight at the Seasons. So Eric Schwartz, pretty good comedian, very good actually. Has his beatbox, and he's recording a loop of various sounds. And Brian challenges him on the air to come up with a rap about Rob Vickers doesn't know anything about homelessness.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is radio that just happens in the moment. And Eric just created this rap out of nothing, created the loop, put the bass down, and we may have to reprise that on the radio show because it's funny. And he gave me a hard time. It was really cute.
He's the one that made the Turn Soda, the African song.
Yes, he did. In fact, he sang it on the air.
Oh, my kids love that song.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, it was really good. So anyway, had me in stitches. It was just hilarious. But we were all just kind of in the moment, which is the only way to do that show, as far as I'm concerned. And we didn't realize we were teeing up all kinds of funny moments for him, but we were just being irreverent ourselves. And he, after 15, 20 minutes, yeah, he did. And he told me after he got off, he says, that was fun. He says, that was great. He says, I didn't expect that at all. Yeah. And Brian and I had said before he came in, I said, oh, comedians. I said, they're the worst to interview because they always expect you to be funny. They always expect you to put them on the spot to be funny. I said, it's like, don't ask them to make you laugh. Just have fun with it. Yeah, right. And so we had both agreed that we were just going to talk about his event, and then Brian starts riffing, and I start riffing on him, and then Eric jumps in, and it was hilarious. It was a good piece of radio, and those are the best moments, the ones you never expect. You don't know what, yeah. And we're not trying. It's Brian will have to say something that will make me just want to just be a pop off. Morning. Well, thank you so much. We are raising money and funds for the Union Gospel Mission. We're staying out here for 60 hours to raise $60,000 to help the mission take care of people in need.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate your help. I am absolutely fine. Thank you.
I've been delaying on this. Hear my wife's voice like, you just dropping that off.
And you've been where and how long? Please tell her the cranberry.
She mowed it like a week ago. What?
No way.
And our neighbor has a tree. We've been there 33 years, right over here by Gilbert Elementary. And, there's leaves there. She goes, I think I'm going to go break their leaves. I'm like, really?
That's sweet.
It blow this way.
Yeah.
It makes the grass nasty. Yeah. She insists on doing everything in our yard. And I you broke the contact again? No.
Oh, you're cool. Were you charging it?
Morning.
Welcome back.
Please tell your wife thanks, unless you made the bread, the cranberry.
No, she made
That was awesome.
She made it all.
That really tasted great. That with the coffee was all I needed.
Yeah.
He enjoyed it too.
Could have been your shaving kit?
Oh, Nora. Hi, sweetheart. Come here, girly girl. Come on. Hi, Nora. Come here. You know. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Come here. Hi. How are you? Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, how are you? Good. I'm kind of working my way to the point where I'll be coming home here very shortly. Oh, Nora. You want me to grab?
Thank you.
Nora, sit. That a girl. Yes. Hi. She probably wondered where the heck I've been.
Yeah. Yeah, I woke up like once in the middle of the night.
I got it.
Went right back to sleep. Next thing I knew, everybody was having me laughing and yucking it up and talking. When the boy right.
He was still out when I woke up at bio. Like, well, I don't want to wake him up right away, but I got out of here without waking him up. So. You know what's in here? Breakfast burrito.
Ooh,
Big
nice.
ones.
It's like maybe dog poop from Milwaukee or something.
It'll taste much better.
Here's Corey brought me sausage biscuits from McDonald's with buffalo sauce. That was my request.
Thank you. Hi. How are you, sweetheart? This is our Chesapeake Bay Retriever.
Okay.
It's one of the few truly American breeds of dog.
Huh.
The breed started between a Newfoundland lab
Okay.
and a hound in the Chesapeake Bay.
Okay.
And they're the ultimate duck dogs.
Oh, yeah.
And they have webbed feet, great
Wow.
swimmers. Yeah. Yeah,
Hence the Chesapeake Bay.
yes.
Yeah.
She would, an icy river, she'd love it.
Huh.
Yeah. They only get a bath once a year.
That is so eerie. I love jumping in ice rivers and only take a bath once a year.
Well, you might be a Chesapeake Bay Retriever, not know it. There's your spirit animal.
Always wondered, who am I really?
There's your spirit animal right there. You ran into it. I, on the other hand, it's a honey badger.
Huh?
But I do love a Chesapeake Bay. Oh.
You collect him?
Nope.
Not yet, but
Just to bring you guys coffee and food.
but by 10 o'clock I'm coming home.
And I love the more detailed, the better. Like I was there. I was in the classroom, and I looked across it. And saw him wearing this shirt. Like that kind of stuff. Like I love it.
Well, yeah, we met English speakers.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, 102. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Contributed to our cause.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. English lit. Okay.
English lit at Legacy. I was just out of the military, and I was just starting my prereqs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we became friends during podcast.
Yeah.
Although we tore apart like
It's all part of the connection.
Okay. And that's how we connect.
Build dependence.
the one thing I pointed out on his paper he argued.
That shouldn't surprise you. Yeah.
So we
What
dated
was
and
it?
dated.
Do you remember?
I
Oh man.
that was we've been married 31 years. So.
I can't remember the thing that I said to Dina when I first met her. She can't either. We neither of us can, but we remember the interchange we said, which was she was a Tacoma Community College student working her way through TCC at the Tacoma Mall at JCPenney, and I was still in the military. And I said something snarky, smart alecky, and she had the comeback, just like that. It was one of those comebacks that you don't really have a good comeback from.
You knew you'd met your match.
Oh yeah, and so I was just like, and so we both remember it exactly that way. That's so interesting that was your guys' or at least part of, well, she brought me this thing. I don't even know what's going on. If that's foam or. Oh, okay. Oh, it's got milk in it. Oh, I can't do milk.
Oh,
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's let's set her down. No, that's all right. You don't know. You're not a mind reader, are you?
wanted to get you something.
Do you like milk? You want a latte?
Well, I don't want it to go to waste.
Thank
So
you,
even though
Chris.
don't need
I
it, I'm
appreciate
gonna
that.
take it, 'cause clearly, I'm gonna be getting things messed up faster at my house today. Perfect.
It's our dog.
I figured it was.
Yeah, this is Nora.
Hi, Nora.
Nora, can you sit? Yes. You sweetheart. I was telling Mike she's a Chesapeake Bay Retriever. Original American breed of dog. There aren't a lot of them.
I have a golden who's, I don't know, smaller, definitely smaller than that. So she's about a year old. 'Cause I swore I'd never get a dog, and then we were at the downtown Rotary auction last year.
Oh,
You got the
one of
puppy.
those.
Fred and Tressa. Everybody at home's gonna get this story. Fred and Tressa Mercy auctioned it, and they were like, "We got you a kid." Jenica had it like 4 hours. And then finally, actually, every one of her friends came up with her. She's a sweetheart.
She was nice.
Yes. Oh, well, they give love unconditionally.
Oh yeah.
This one is full of character. She's definitely a part of our family.
I love how when I come home, like my youngest is like excited to see me. My two older ones are like, eh. And then my dog, she is like, yeah.
Yeah. So did you go to Don Cheo's? You rock.
Ooh,
This is a Mexican
I haven't. Where is
breakfast burrito.
That? Oh, breakfast burrito.
Yeah,
All right. All right.
I've got
First
two
one.
here. You want one?
Right across from,
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Well, look, I'm going to split these up because I'm not going to let them get cold. You want to sit down over here by the warmth of the fire? Or? All right, good. Because, well, gosh darn it, I'm going to share about here. Oh, you guys, these are split, so that's why I'm saying you should. Yeah, check this out. Once you've had this breakfast burrito, you ain't going back.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mission serves, and for all the employees that serve them, may God bless you
This is
all.
for you.
Stay warm. Love and light to you. Oh, whoops.
You had it coming. Here, take this.
Okay.
I have nothing important to say.
Yeah, you must. Plus, we don't want people to have to listen to you eat. Yeah, we did all right last night. I was about to joke about Rob kicking me in the middle of the night, but it wasn't true. That was just a joke. Yeah, slept pretty decent actually, thanks to the fact that I've got a really great setup. and the store let us come in and use the restroom one last time, even after hours. And so, we're not out here imitating homelessness because we've got a setup and everything. We're just out here getting people's attention for the folks that are homeless and trying to get their support. So, thank you for watching online. Thank you for 2 or 3 people online right now watching us.
Hi, Barbara. I'm just saying Barbara's probably watching online, but I just give her a little shout out there.
It's funny.
Go ahead.
That's funny. I tell you who's not one of those people, my wife. She is, if at all possible on Saturday morning, my wife is still asleep at 8 o'clock. Yep, if at all possible. Yep. Yes, Lisa. Maybe better than being the radio of a wife guy. That doesn't even make sense in English, does it? My ranger roommate was into spoonerisms. Oh, we're up to 4 people. We just doubled. we're up to 4 folks that are watching online now. Oh, that's why I need to get out of airplane mode. And awesome. Good morning. Oh, God morning. I just wished my wife a God morning. I guess, I mean, there's exactly, definitely. Good morning. Not bad for having spent the night out here last night. No, it wasn't terrible. Tonight's supposed to be 28 degrees, so it'll be a little colder. Yeah.
So I've got at my house. I've got another one of these, a little bigger.
Yep.
I have this extra propane heater. I also have one of those patio heaters.
Okay.
You tell me what you need.
Well,
Figure out a way to make it happen.
I'll communicate if and when at some point. So that did okay,
Yeah,
and
no, it wasn't bad, but this thing is like
I know.
it's like standing behind the rock.
Yep. Well, I think we should experience some degree of suffering.
Yeah.
For it's compelling, and the truth is the need is compelling, and and to so sharing it to some degree I think feels appropriate. Wow, picking up. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We made it through the night, and yesterday we made it to just over $20,000 towards our $60,000 goal. So we're really are going to need your support today. Make sure you're getting the word out and get steering people towards the feed. We'll have throughout the day. We'll have folks down here and engaging and talking about homelessness. And tonight we'll again have some more interviews like we did last night. Those were really amazing. And we'll have the chief of the jail down here tonight, and County Commissioner Kyle Curtis, who is the commissioner on point for homelessness, will actually be spending the night with us down here tonight. So there's going to be a lot of fun reason uh, to check in throughout the day and see what the heck these crazy people are doing down here. Rob Vickers apparently just spent his first night in a tent in like 30 years and survived. So yeah, it was well. Well, all right. So that doesn't have Rob's match in it. So we're probably sitting more right now something more like 22, 21. You know, with what's in the can there right there. So good morning to your 5 people that are with us already. I wish there was a way that I could see who they are. You know, so I know there's got to be a way to be able to do that, but I just I don't know how to because I'm.
We have to drive by.
Hey, good morning, Joe man.
This isn't downtown Yakima. What are you doing out here?
Hey, they even got Mr. Corey out here.
Joe Mann, the unofficial mayor of downtown.
By last night, gave him a check, but
Oh, thank you, Joe.
I had a little bit left in my pocket, so
Man.
you didn't pick me up and shake all my ankles.
I don't think that would be good for my lumbar. You know, if I tried to do that. Joe, thank you.
Sure, and I'll go down and see if I can make a few extra bucks this morning and stop by get lunch.
That'd be great. We would love that. Ah, amazing.
At the party in
Yes,
Bordeaux?
last year, yeah.
Same guy.
So Joe Mann is sometimes jokingly referred to as the unofficial mayor of downtown because a lot of the older buildings Joe just has a real soft spot for, and he wants to preserve them and keep them, and so we really have enjoyed working with Joe on a bunch of things, and his support for the mission means a lot because as a downtown small business owner, he's
Faces him every day.
exactly, and so for him to be able to know like that what we're doing is actually making a difference, feels like a pretty big vote of confidence. I want to adjust this just a little bit here. And I got to grab the tin cup because this guy's gonna. I saw you coming. Started getting ready. So this is Rob Vickers here with Capital Wealth Management. He matched the first $10,000 of our gifts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we're,
Congratulations.
man, it's been amazing. And then spent the night with me last night, and that's not something he normally does.
How
So
long you to be out here?
I'll be out here till Sunday, 10 p.m.
Sunday?
Yep, 60 hours. Got to try to raise
You didn't try to do this
60,000.
without sleep?
What's that?
You didn't try to do this without sleep?
Oh no, I slept last night. Yep.
Yes, you can.
Yep. Yeah. You an outdoorsy guy?
Huh?
Are you an outdoorsy guy?
Yeah, well, I'm not so much right now because my wife has been sort of, her mobility is not great. So
No.
I haven't been able to really get out. But normally I do a lot of hiking.
Yeah, this
Backpack.
Yakima is so great for.
You're right here by the Cascades.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So I'm used to it. But no, it's a real gift.
Yeah, it's half an hour less to get from here to Paradise on Mount Rainier from
Yeah.
this side than it is from the Seattle side.
Yeah, I
Sunrise is also.
I love Sunrise.
Sunrise. That's one of my.
Yeah,
favorite places.
like going up to the second Burrows overlook, and
Go up the third.
yeah, third Burrows is
Third
amazing.
Burrows
Yep,
is-
that's where you can just see everywhere.
Oh, you're right up. You're right in the mountain.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, I love it.
No, it's great.
That was how. So when I was still working at Seattle's Union Gospel Mission, I would take guys up to Sunrise. We'd load up the mission van, and because these were essentially the orphans of really wrecked families, and so their wrecked families didn't take them places like that, and so I just take them up and let them walk around. And one day in 2010, a guy named Todd Lamke pointed up at the summit and said, "I wish we could go up there because from there it looks really close. It's not, but it looks like it." And it just really annoyed me that that everybody else gets to have dreams, but not the homeless folks, right? And for him, it was like a throwaway line. Oh, I wish we could go up there. And the idea that he could actually go up there, he didn't mean it that way, of course. And so we came down from Sunrise that day, and I cold called Rainier Mountaineering Incorporated, RMI, which is the oldest guide service on the mountain, and said, hey, I work at Seattle's Union Gospel Mission. I'm an ex-ranger. If I got some people fit, is there somebody there who would donate their time to, help us climb Mount Rainier? And in 2011, we got 4 guys from our recovery program to the summit of Mount Rainier. Yeah, and King 5 covered it and won some awards that year. And, it was, and then we did it again in 2012, and then this independent film company out of New York heard about what we were doing, and they came out in 2013 and followed us around for a year and made a documentary film out of it. You can see it on Amazon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called A New High. A New High. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean it'll cost like $3.99 to rent, but it ran on Netflix for a couple of years and went to film festivals around the country, and it's actually a really decent movie.
No, that's a great thing to do for young kids, particularly if they are in dire circumstances.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the outdoors is a real balm.
It is. It's so peaceful. The thing that I learned out of it that surprised me was the degree to which the team experience was very healing as well.
Yeah. You learn to cooperate in situations like that. We have to kind of help each other.
So when we exit interviewed the guys that first year from climbing, every single one of them said, that the thing they got out of it the most was having become someone others could count on. And they said nobody's ever been able to count on me for anything, and to have become someone others could tie themselves to, for safety. It felt like the first time in their lives they were contributing, and that just gave them so much meaning. It's really really cool. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
I gotta get back to my
Okay.
kids.
See ya.
Good to see you, brother.
This is State Rep Chris Corey.
Chris.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
Thanks, Ed.
All right. I'm gonna get back to the kiddos. All right. Good seeing you, Chris. Yeah, same.
Morning, sir.
That's pretty good, isn't it? Oh.
Yep. We're out here for 60 hours trying to close a $60,000 budget gap for the Union Gospel Mission. We spent the night last night, and I'll spend the night out here again tonight. But we got 20,000 in so far. So I'm Mike Johnson. I'm the CEO of the mission, of the Union Gospel Mission. Yep. Yeah, thanks. That is a dashing elderly gentleman. The cool, cabbie hat and the leather bag and everything. Yeah. That man's got style. Yeah, he does. All right. Okay, so. Oh, thank you, Dean. I was talking to Ed just now and telling him about A New High, and Dina put the link in the comment stream. Thank you, honey. I didn't think you'd be awake right now, but apparently she's awake and up and on it.
Mike didn't snore in answer to your question.
Nope. And Rob didn't kick me in the middle of the night either. So
It was all good.
yep, it was pretty decent. So it was actually better than I expected it to be. I had to I'm a side sleeper, and my knees, and the jeans like do this bunchy thing right here, and so at one point in the middle of the night, I had to figure out how to get my jeans off while inside the sleeping bag, which was not easy. So I guess we can joke about me having, you know, undressed around Rob, but wasn't not.
As usual, when I fall asleep, I just pass.
Was it light at all when you got up at 5?
But that is seriously an initial test. That's when I wake up these days.
Man.
I texted you this morning, I think about 5:15. And you turned my phone straight away, so I figured. My battery on my phone is down too.
Oh, I need to go grab my charging cable out of my car.
Put yours in if you want. Left I have here. What is she saying? Lauren, there's something going on?
Okay. Well, it is off to a sleepy start so far here at Ray's IGA at 56 in Summit View. But we know it will kick off and get rolling. Gotten several gifts already.
That dog. She knows. Preface with Geo.
Okay. There we go.
And they go steadily from blue to green to amber.
Oh, man. Amazing. Good morning.
Nice to meet you, Lisa.
Yep, nice to meet you. Lisa, I can't wait to try to get you and Dina to meet each other too. Yep, we'll have to arrange something because I feel like me and Rob are friends now, I mean, spending the night with another man at least bonds you in some way.
I just figured your military background. It's like, you're used to this. You can do this.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Lee. A lot of
Yeah, it is there's some really neat people.
wow.
There's some really neat people. That's one of the things that I have enjoyed a ton so far is just all these really cool folks that we've had a chance to meet, like the Korean War vets and Vietnam vets and some of my neighbors that I didn't know, and it does feel like we need a big banner though. So yeah. So if you're watching and you have access to a big roll of butcher paper and you want to make us a UGM banner for up here on the wall, that would be a really fun thing if somebody showed up with a big UGM banner at some point. Morning. Good. We spent the night out here last night because I'm the CEO of the Union Gospel Mission, and we're trying trying to make our budget. It's a sort of a soft giving season. A lot of folks are, not they don't have as much money as they did a year ago, and so I'm like, okay, well, what kind of publicity stunt can I pull? So, well, one of the county commissioners actually going to spend the night with me in the tent tonight. Yeah, legit. Yeah.
Lisa's a pleasant person. She's a
Oh
lovely
man.
My better
Yeah. Too bad she doesn't know anything about English lit though. Good thing she had you to correct her paper.
There was a hook there. You need me and my red Sharpie.
Really? Red Sharpie? Dude, that's aggressive.
The kids became great writers.
I bet.
But having said that, they got to the point where they was like, "Yeah, we look at this." I said, "Give me the red Sharpie."
Wow.
We'd go through it, but they're great writers, and
good.
they like to write. So
It's good.
in college.
I'm a grammar nerd. And hey, Autumn, that means we actually hit 20K because of Rob's match. So, and we've got another probably 1,000 or more in the can right now. So we're probably actually sitting more like 21K. So I've got Rob's in there. So so there's probably $11,000 or $12,000 in the can right now. So if somebody wanted to swing by and pick it up, that'd be awesome. Good morning, Autumn.
Do you need me to run it up to the house?
Somebody will swing by.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, we've got people. Thank you. We have people.
It's a 2-minute drive.
Yeah. Neat.
I just unplugged mine.
Oh, awesome.
I think it's charged well enough.
Nope.
Oh, that's it. My associate who knows me also well. And right now, this is rising
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So nice to get around.
Jana, good morning, Jana Alderman. One of our board members is on the stream watching. How fun! Good morning, Jana. We got off to a great start and had a pretty decent night, and now we're here. We just had breakfast, and Brian from West Side's hanging out with us this morning. And
Are you going to need a chiropractor or anything for your sleeping on the ground last night? That's brutal.
I felt like I did all right. Yeah, and I certainly sitting in that thing last night without any lumbar support for the conversation would probably felt worse than
Sleeping on porch.
exactly than sleeping on the phone. All right, we got 8 folks online. Good morning, Lori Ivy. Thanks for checking back in. So
Channel online yet?
uh,
Hey, Chan, if you're there. Okay.
Tina says, Brian, so good to see you. Thanks for supporting the mission and Mike.
Glad to be here.
He serenaded us to sleep last night. So
Did you even hear that?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
Really?
yeah, we got in the
I was
tent and he was
working on my
playing his guitar out here
Right.
last night.
Curled up in
Yep.
a beautiful position.
Oh, so amigo.
That was awesome.
Let's share These precious
Too funny. Yeah, we need signage. But by the time we got on this thing, like all the sign shops and everything were all like, we were too far out, so we couldn't actually get a professionally printed banner. But now I'm thinking just something handmade is what
Frame of the picture a little bit. And,
could-
it doesn't really say what the event is.
well, you know what we could do though, conceivably, is we
Yes.
could just put some butcher paper up there
Yeah.
and a projector.
Yeah.
Plug in a projector
Yep.
and shoot a banner up on the wall with that's so interesting. Okay, if anybody's watching, if Autumn is still watching, we could conceivably get some butcher paper from the shop, from the butcher shop in the grocery store.
Put a small PD and the logo on the PD.
We could.
Maybe that would work as well.
Yeah, we need it up.
Yeah.
You know.
We were talking earlier this morning about the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah.
And,
I was told Michelangelo projected that up there and then painted it over the projector. Yeah.
You've been to the Sistine Chapel, and it's not much different than this right
It's
now.
not much higher than that. It's not high at all.
So
Wow.
I'm thinking,
Have you been in it?
No,
Oh, yeah,
I've not been to Rome.
Everyone thinks it's bigger than it is. In fact, everyone thinks it's St. Peter's. Not. It's much smaller. You enter this
it's a
building
chapel.
that's rather
It's a small chapel. Yeah.
not a script.
I've never been. I'm just thinking you could put UGM, Yakima, why UGM right on there and have a little Michelangelo painting contest.
Michael and
Yeah.
like the figure of God as he's reaching out could be
Yeah.
holding a check.
Okay, so
And then the image of Adam would be me like reaching out to receive the check.
There
You know.
go. I think that could have been a Florence.
well, can you do plastic? You
Uh,
can do plastic here, can you?
Uh,
Cash or check?
well,
So it couldn't be a credit card, an American
No.
Discovery or something like that.
yeah.
Uh,
No, we would actually want to route somebody to the QR code. The QR code right there, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So, no, we are sure, absolutely.
Coffee can somewhere.
Yeah, we got our donation cup right here. Thank you.
Needs a lot.
Yeah, appreciate it. And it 94% off. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You just paid. You just like covered like
8 meals.
no, a lot more than that. Actually, we're $277 a meal, and so yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh man, see young people.
Fact sheet on the wall.
Yep.
It has that. Like your favorite.
Indeed. Oh, there it is. There's my coffee. My McDonald's coffee. Steamed eggnog. Just
What that with coffee? I can imagine putting caffeine or coffee in the tea. Plain old tea, like, nothing like a little raw egg.
Brian, can I move you a little bit more out this way? Just exactly. Well, and which you don't have to do, but you know, just the angle works a little better for us.
You know, I was sitting over here, and there was a grass over.
Yeah, now you won't have that, right? Here, let me see if the Air Force guy is like, you know, it's,
Okay, Army Ranger. Don't forget who stayed with you last night. So you wouldn't be alone.
thank you.
Yeah, that's all right. They
Yep.
call in the Air Force for support all the time.
Oh, it's so good. Where would
Uh-huh.
we be without you guys?
Exactly.
We'd still be somewhere walking very slowly to get somewhere. Yep. No, a lot of people give the Air Force a hard time, but I jumped out of your guys' planes 40 times, and I was so grateful to get out. No.
We are so grateful to you. Boom. There you go.
Oh, this is the way the inter-service banter is
Almost going.
is so great.
Man,
But I took a certain amount of pride and kind of a little schadenfreude. One of my best friends in
For-
Pasadena Airport Base.
for our viewers, Schadenfreude is a German word that means taking pleasure or joy in the suffering of others.
Discomfort of others.
Yes, yeah.
And I had a very good friend in the Marine Corps who we both worked at the radio station at Okinawa, Japan. And while I was going home to my 2-bedroom apartment at Pasadena Airport Base, he was going home to a 50-bay bunk
Well,
at Camp. It's not at Camp Casey. I can't remember. It was anyway. His lifestyle wasn't quite as good as mine, but he loved teasing me about being in Air Force. I got this great bedroom. So anyway.
nice. My sister just logged in and said, "My mom says I'm doing great things."
Yay!
Yay! Thanks, Mom. Chris Corey is let's see, Dina. Chris has gone on to go back to the morning with the kids, but he came out and brought me some McDonald's breakfast and some sausage muffins with sausage biscuits with the buffalo sauce that I like. So that was super nice, and some coffee, and so that's been wonderful. Yep. Man, thank you everybody for greeting us this morning and checking in to make sure we're all still here. For those of you who are watching online, I do want to encourage you to make sure you're checking in through the day, that you're going to the link that we've got here in the stream to be able to help us reach our 60K in 60 hours challenge. It's definitely going to require reaching out, you guys actually reaching out to others and saying, "Hey, can you help do this?" And so, morning, Merry Christmas. So, well, oh, thank you, sir. Super grateful. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's going to get really cold tonight. Morning. Yep. We're out here for 60 hours. I'm the CEO of the Union Gospel Mission. Oh yeah. Awesome. Which is okay. Oh, that's great. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Out here trying to close our November shortfall. So it's just been a soft giving season for everybody. And it's not, the economic conditions aren't awesome. So. Yeah, so we're like, okay, well, what can we do? And we're resurrecting Operation Tin Cup. Yeah, so it's like,
right?
Yep. Yep. So this is Dale's actual tin cup. Yep, this is the original one right here. Yep. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Brian, thank you for bringing this here.
Uh-huh.
This is awesome.
That is so funny.
My dad taught me to hunt when I was a kid up here in these mountains. Invariably, especially back then, it seemed like now it hardly ever seems like you hunt when it's snowing. But back then, you could be hunting in snow that was easily up to your knees. And my uncle Clayton, he would see me freezing on a point. And that guy, who was a lumberjack for a while, would know how to make a fire in the most wet conditions you could possibly imagine. And he'd take pity on me and put a fire right in front of me. He'd get a little tree sap, and he'd get some pine needles, and he'd work a little tinder up, and then he'd make this fire. And my dad'd say, "Well, it's time to go on to another point." I'm like, "I'm going to be right here." I'll be right here. Yeah.
Your dad was getting you ready for the Air Force even as a young age.
Yes. Well, he knew that was about as hard as it was going to get.
It's funny. That is funny.
When the Vickers used to hunt around here, there'd be about 25 of us.
This is the Christmas dinosaur making
so
an
if they
appearance.
knew where we were hunting, most people wouldn't go.
So,
because there were so many of us. Yeah.
I actually brought my Christmas dinosaur sweater. So my
Nice.
sister said, "Is the Christmas dinosaur making an appearance?" And the Christmas dinosaur will make an appearance at some point.
Will the Christmas dinosaur sing us a song, or
Well,
Not so much.
I mean,
you don't
I
have the helmet?
I don't have the dinosaur head anymore. You know, so
We could take some lipstick and doctor up your face a little bit,
um,
shorten your arms. Well, no, I guess not.
No.
It's not gonna work.
I don't think that would. Yeah, I don't think that would play well.
What you could do if you had a guitar, and I'm not saying you have a guitar, but could you do the dinosaur song for us?
I could, yeah, but I think without the dinosaur head, it's just not quite the same thing, you know.
We'll have to go to YouTube. No, we didn't stream the video from there.
Oh, somebody got it. I mean, yeah.
I've got a video.
Yeah, I don't think it's on YouTube or anything. Thank goodness.
So,
That's too funny. Okay, so on tap today we have Dana Dwinell that's going to come down and really try to leverage the Husky Cougar thing.
Love it.
We'll see how it goes because it takes people, you know.
Yep.
That's the key thing. I was really grateful that at the Rotary Christmas party on Thursday, they made an announcement about it, and Jennifer Bleasner did, and talked it up a little bit there. So I'm hoping that preps the Husky Cougar divide for Dana when she gets down here. I just not warming up.
you're talking a kind of like a challenge between Husky and Cougar?
Yes.
Between Husky. So
Yep.
could there be a kind of an Air Force versus Army challenge going
It could be,
on?
I suppose.
There's a guy who was a security guy, Chris Milsters, years ago. And he did security. He was the all-night security guy. He was one of these guys that would jump out of airplanes in the
Yep.
military. And he had this 400-foot tower, and he said, "Well, we used to jump off out of airplanes at like 200 feet, and without a parachute in the water." Did you ever do any? I'm like, I can't even imagine jumping in the water from 150, 200 feet. Did you ever do anything like that?
We did some helicopter jumps, but not from that high.
How, what, 30 feet, 20 feet?
Like 16.
There's got to be a technique if you're going to jump in the air.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
don't land
sure
on your
that I
belly.
believe that. You know, And-
yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not sure I actually buy it.
Good story.
So,
Did you jump out of a perfectly good airplane?
oh yeah, a lot. You know,
So have I.
yeah.
But I have to tell you, I only did it once.
Uh.
That was enough.
In the military.
No, just down in the lower valley at about 3,500 feet.
Okay.
There is something surreal about standing on the wing of an airplane, hanging onto the struts, and being counted down as you push off.
Yeah.
By yourself of your own free will.
Yes.
By a tether, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And I just can remember thinking to myself, God, I'm in your hands. Please float me down safely. And after I did it once, and the funny thing is, I still have that experience in my mind so
You can
much.
feel it.
My hands sweat every time I think
Huh.
about it. It will happen right away. I get just clammy hands because, quite honestly, that was the scariest thing I've ever experienced.
Oh
And
man.
I can watch the plane flying away, and I'm praying for that 10 seconds that my chute fully opens
Right.
and deploys. And it took my heart rate so long, it seems like, to come back. But, I flared that chute and I walked right out of it.
Beautiful.
No roll, no fall, just walked right out of it.
Man.
And they wrote in my jump book, great jump, did this, this, and this. Here's where the conditions. He says, when do you want to schedule your next one? I said, the 12th of never. And I said, thank you for bringing me home safely. I said, that was
Morning.
good enough for me.
Oh, how fun! Thank you. Thanks for coming down. There's Dale's original 10 cup and everything. There's Rob Vickers and Brian formerly from Spirit 105.3 and now does tech at Westside Church.
Are
Yeah,
we doing a fundraiser?
We are. So we're
Okay.
so we're trying to close our $60,000 budget shortfall from November.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's just been a really soft giving season. The Salvation Army is down. We're down. Missions around the country are down, and so inflation's up and interest rates are up, and it's not a
Yeah.
it's just not a good giving environment.
So are we
And-
doing cash today? Or
Yep, we can do cash.
Okay.
We can do a check. You can scan the QR code and give online that way. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you are.
Oh, my name's Billy.
Hi, Billy.
Hi. I shop the thrift stores and
Oh,
I
man.
started
Thank you.
following you and listening to you and everything. Where did we put it?
There you go. Right in there.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. And then my staff comes along and sort of scoops it up every now and then and takes it away.
Perfect.
Thank you, Billy.
Yeah, you're
Merry
welcome.
Christmas. Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Billy. Shout out to Billy.
Yeah.
Barbara did a whole stack of. I'm not wired that way.
That,
They got a whole.
Dina, that's the right term. The Christmas dinosaur has gone extinct. Yep,
No more.
he's extinct.
Christmas badger.
The Christmas badger?
The honey badger.
Christmas honey badger?
Because honey badger don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, the Christmas honey badger song would be like,
It would be why?
yeah. Ring, I don't care.
I don't care.
Go away. You know?
Wow. Who knew?
What?
Those look comfortable.
Is that Brian?
Recliners.
I don't know what I mean,
Wow. That's somebody who came for a vigil, an all-night vigil.
wow.
And it probably reclines all the way and they're just going to put a blanket over themselves.
Peggy Williamson asked, where are we camping? And the answer is in front of raised IGA at 56th and Summit View, right here in front of the grocery store in Yakima.
Like the sign with the chart on it, and it says a race.
I know.
Oh,
I remember.
Dina posted the Christmas dinosaur song on her Facebook and made it public to share.
Yay.
Oh, wow. That's so embarrassing.
Hello.
Morning.
Those are some pretty nice chairs you got.
Yeah.
there, man.
Oh,
You just carry those around in case you need to stop and rest somewhere. Exactly.
Well prepared,
Well-
sir.
We were out here last night, and we'll be out here tonight again for 60 hours trying to raise $60,000 for the Union Gospel Mission. Yeah, we're actually hitting probably around 22,000 right now. So, yeah, thank you. Um, oh wow, yeah. So if you
Yes.
go to Dean, or I'll do it. Well, that's her professional one. Dina Johnson, counseling and trauma therapist. I just want Dina Yackley Johnson. There we go.
Oh my gosh. This you?
Yep. Oh wow, she didn't get. Morning. We're out here for 60 hours, trying to fill a $60,000 budget gap for the Union Gospel Mission. I'm the CEO, yeah, spent the night last night. We'll be out here again tonight, overnight. One of the county commissioners will be spending the night with us out here too. Yeah, yeah. Bye. Thank you, Bobby.
That's funny.
I actually probably need to update
Yeah,
that
I
a
would
little
think
bit.
it would
We're
be
like
rather
about
difficult.
21 and 22,000 right now. It's
Yes.
just been a really soft giving season. The
Yes.
inflation's up, interest rates are up.
I
and-
love it.
yeah, it's been tough.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
Mike
you
was
just
a
scan the
guitar
QR
player,
code.
too.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yay!
That's awesome.
Dina says, "LOL, I did not post it to my professional page."
I wonder why. Oh man, that's awesome. I am taking it home. Thank you, Dave. That's awesome. Just, it's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's too crazy. Too crazy.
Well done, by the way. I understand you can't see your guitar while you're
No.
wearing that mask.
Yeah.
Christmas dinosaur over
Even
here.
getting up the stairs backstage, that had to be a challenge.
Well, you can see like a pretty limited thing right in front of you, and so the stairs weren't hard, but it's just like you can't see the fretboard, and so you just really gotta
You gotta know
you
it.
gotta hit it.
Yeah.
And I don't play enough to actually be pretty reliable at that. So
How did you learn to play guitar with those dinosaur hands?
well, the way the song goes is I quit my job playing Santa Claus, and then I put my time into growing arms.
Uh-huh.
And then I learned to play guitar. Yep. So you just got to grow.
This is really handy though when you're eating out with friends.
It
when the bill
is.
comes.
Yep.
Airplane.
Oh, yep. Helps
You're
with
right.
the airplane too.
Yeah.
So true. So true.
And here, let me get.
Yep.
Can't get that check.
Hey, thank you so much. Super grateful. I appreciate that. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, a lot of people think that the short dinosaur arms are a limitation, and they are for some things, right?
Golf.
Yep.
That's very hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
But everything's a two-edged sword, right? A limitation in one setting is a strength in a different
A
one.
blessing in another.
Exactly.
Fishing would be fun.
It makes it really easy we've got a taller table, and when the kids are up there coloring, little dinosaur hands are like really easy to stand next to the table and draw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Spirogyra.
Yep.
Spirograph.
There we go.
I just find dinosaurs absurd, like they're like every one of them are just ridiculous, and like they got spikes in their tails and tiny little arms,
Right.
and like a pterodactyl. Have you actually like looked at that thing?
Yeah.
His head is like
Well, it's actually though
It's
the
nuts.
pterodactyl would have made a great foot ornament in the early 50s.
oh
for a
man,
car.
yeah,
Is that the one, the flying one?
yeah,
It's got
the flying
it's got
dinosaur with the big spike on his head,
spike to the back.
That would
Yep.
have
Wouldn't it
Crazy.
been cool? Yeah,
absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can free associate that.
Hey, good morning,
You would
Susan.
put a brontosaurus on the front.
I'm doing good. 10 a.m. yesterday. Yep. So we're edging in on 24 hours. We need to bring in a couple thousand more dollars so that we can keep our average of $1,000 an hour though, because we got 60 hours to raise $60,000. Which is yep. Right here. Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Susan. We've got I don't know what. No. Thank you. Thank you. Got to turn the volume down on that. Um, my two granddaughters say, "Hi, Papa, I love you, and I love your Christmas dinosaur song." LOL. We, for our family, for a long time, we did this Thanksgiving tradition of a talent show, and so we'd have all the kids together for Thanksgiving, and the kids would just like do their piano recital or whatever. Good morning. We made it through the night. The Union Gospel Mission. So I'm the CEO of the mission, and I was looking at our November financials, and we were about $60,000 behind where we needed to be, and so we concocted this crazy. We do.
So his whole staff pointed to him.
We do.
You will stay there 60 hours.
Thank you.
My hands are kind of full here, but let me see.
This is.
He's got to survive another night in that tent.
I do.
Rob Victor's here. He stayed last night.
Yep.
Such a deal.
Well-
Such a deal.
Well, we'll have some more help tonight. We'll have County Commissioner Kyle Curtis will be spending the night with us, and
How do you guys stay warm?
the fire of our passion.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome so
Merry
much.
Christmas. Thank you. God bless you too.
Look at you.
Thank you. We're
very
grateful to do it. We love what we do.
So the Thanksgiving.
Yep. So the Thanksgiving talent show. So it's mostly for the kids, right? Because they didn't be in piano class or whatever. It gave them a chance to show off their stuff. But then like all the adults started expecting the moms and the dads to be doing talent show stuff too. And so then we had to come up with, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it immensely. Merry Christmas. So then we had to start figuring out how to put on skits and other things, and then man, like 3 years ago, I had nothing, but I had gotten this Christmas sweater with a T-Rex on it, and then I'm like, oh wait, I've got a dinosaur head. I could like wear the dinosaur head while wearing the Christmas dinosaur shirt or sweater.
Spontaneous radio,
And yep. So then I wrote the little Christmas dinosaur song real fast and did it as the Thanksgiving talent show gig.
Now they want it all the time.
And now but nobody even wants me. They just want the Christmas dinosaur.
That's funny.
It's like they don't even care about
Yeah.
me. Our board wanted to know how they could hire the Christmas dinosaur as the mission
Yes.
CEO, and I was like, but what?
What about me?
Exactly. What about
We
me?
want the dinosaur. That's
But I
funny.
am the Christmas dinosaur. And they said
No,
it's not
you're
the same.
It's not the same. Your arms are too long.
Yep. Okay, so we need you guys to hey, Merry Christmas, thank you. To find the folks that can really help us get to our 60K challenge, So yes, we're gonna need a couple of big. I mean, the gifts that we're getting cash here are delightful, but if we're gonna get to 60K in 60 hours, we're gonna need some people to write some bigger checks, and so if you have the courage and the connections to reach out to somebody and say, hey, the mission really could use your support, and could you make a sizable gift, or a meaningful gift? We'd really appreciate that, because
You bet.
it makes all the difference in the world. It is the difference between somebody having a hope and a future and somebody not. And so it really is true that you just about couldn't get a better guarantee, on the accomplishments of your donation. I mean, there's some great stuff. There's some really great stuff. People doing really great things around the world and around the country and around our town. And at 94% efficiency,
That's amazing.
yeah.
That is absolutely amazing.
And not only not working good, but if you ask anybody, they do a good job. They're wholesome. They treat everybody with respect. I mean, no one has anything substantially negative.
Yep.
And for 70 years, that's a long time to
87 years.
to screw up,
Yeah.
potentially. And it hasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I've had 5.5 years to blow it to here, and so far, I've only managed a few, like, smaller mistakes, I guess, and
You're doing all right.
yeah.
By the way, when
Thanks.
I did the radio show back on KIT back 30 years ago,
Yep.
Roger Phillips was a regular guest
Oh
on my
man,
show.
I wish I'd known him. I think that we would have had a ton of fun. But Rick I knew, and so when I heard that Rick was retiring, we were like, oh, this Yakima is perfect. It still keeps us in the Northwest. We're close to family, but gets us out of the Seattle Tacoma nutty rain zone, and the area we were just increasingly feeling alienated, and like it was going someplace that we weren't going, and so less and less at home, if you to think of it that way. And
That was
so,
5 years ago?
that was 5 years ago, and it's like, yeah, radically accelerated now. But I mean, the idea of a Chaz Chop, when I was working in Pioneer Square, like Mike McGinn was the mayor at that time. Like Mike McGinn, like I couldn't imagine like somebody taking over a
Right.
section of Capitol Hill and declaring it an autonomous zone.
Right. Yeah.
Like that would have been unthinkable in Seattle in
How do
2010.
you do that
Um,
legally? And yeah, they maintained that for what? Almost a month and a half?
it was like a couple of months until somebody
Right. Enough is enough.
well, which was when somebody got shot.
Yeah.
And so
You couldn't bring the personnel in to help them.
exactly, and they wouldn't allow the first responders in. Yeah, and that's when they were like, okay, this is done.
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
They wiped all their phones and didn't pay any consequences for it. The mayor, the police, the fire, just trying to act exactly. They knew the shit was hit the fan.
Wow. Yeah, man.
2 months of their utopia all came crumbling down. Oh my goodness.
Okay. So Marjorie Taylor, of course, and it still takes this stuff too. The truth is, it takes about, I was doing the math on this. It takes about $650 an hour a day, $650 an hour to make the mission run. It takes about $650 an hour.
Plus all the free food. Plus all the free labor.
Well, that's after it only takes $650 an hour because of all the donated items and the donated food and everything else. Now, if that seems like a lot, just understand there's 200 people on that campus that are being served, and so that's actually about $3 an hour. To help.
For all of them.
So yeah, per person, right? That's actually pretty amazing.
That is highly efficient.
And so
It means it's a labor of love.
yeah, and that's just the people staying there. Like that. If you math it out that way, if you also factor in like all the patients and at the clinic, they're going to see. Well, let's see, at 9,000 patient office visits, they're going. That's an average of about another 3 or 4 patients an hour per. Like if you divide it out over 20/40, which is like the 40 hours a week, 52 hours or 52 weeks or 50 weeks, so yeah, so you're like, you're talking less than $3 an hour, per person that we're serving, and like $2 an hour if you factor in the patients.
Just send it to my partner. Right?
Okay, awesome.
Come on, I want some money. I want
Yep,
big checks.
we need the help. We need the help.
It's good
Yep.
Catholic, so he'll think about it. He calls our office Union Gospel East or West. So I said the real Union Gospel is really having a fundraiser right now. So,
This is Union Gospel West right now.
no, our office.
Okay.
You guys are a real thing.
That's too funny. That is too funny. I'm surprised at how cold it is this morning. Like it's not warm.
No. Yes.
Yeah, it does. It feels like there's a dampness to it. It's well said.
Yeah.
I might want to, but I don't want to get like all. I don't want to get too dependent upon the on the heater and then get all soft like as if I was in the Air Force or something.
Wow. You would have cried. You'd have cried wee little tears on your wee little pillow last night if you'd by your lonesome.
I
And
would.
Vickers would have gone home, but no, Air Force stayed. That's right. Always dependable.
That's right.
I brought
That's right.
Mac, Sack, and Tack.
So how did you do last night? Were you warm enough?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it's fine.
I
Yeah, see, it wasn't bad. So camper dad isn't bad as long as you get the right stuff and you're not sleeping underneath an apple tree. When the sprinklers are about to
Oh
go
my
off.
gosh.
I don't know what your dad was thinking. It's
I
crazy.
don't either. He was trying to build my character.
I guess
Looked
trying
right.
to toughen you up. He was
That's right.
hoping maybe you'd actually go in the army.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He served his time in the army. And not of his own free will.
Ah,
He was drafted.
really?
Yeah. to
Okay.
Vietnam. So,
What? Yeah. So your dad was drafted to Vietnam, and then what happened?
First Infantry Division, and
Okay.
those are personal details for
Yeah.
Dad, but he did save a couple other guys from some live fire and got hurt himself and ended up being awarded the Bronze Star for bravery.
Wow.
So he's an awesome individual. An awesome.
This is
individual.
Wayne.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah,
When I met him yesterday, I did not know I was meeting a Bronze Star recipient.
he's the real deal.
Wow, that is amazing. That
I
is
love
super
Yakima
cool.
for that. One of those reasons is that there are a lot of veterans and they're respected
Mhm.
uniformly. Whenever my dad would visit, he'd wear his World War II hat. He goes, "I like this town."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get free coffee and they mean it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was, and like yesterday, I got a story. Somebody asked me about him, and I said, "Well, he served on a destroyer in the North Atlantic for 3 years." And
Woo!
a great book about the Tin Can Sailors, and I looked it up on my phone, and I'm gonna have to get it.
Wow.
They called the destroyer Tin Cans, and I remember he said there were 225 guys on this ship, and like 3 had ever been in a boat. But Chief Bolson,
Probably half of them couldn't even swim.
right, Chief Bolson and Captain, they whipped him into shape, and they survived. And they were, circling the convoys trying to get to the submarine.
I had the honor of taking the helm of the USS New Jersey battleship as an airman.
Wow.
It was out of Incheon, and we went into the South China Sea. And I was doing a story for Air Force Times and the
Morning.
Navy News
Hi.
this week. Guy asked me to tell a little bit of the story that we were doing. And he says, "Hey," he says, if the captain would let you take the helm, you want to do it? And I said, "Absolutely." So he's calling down to the helms room, and he's like 3 degrees left, and I'm spinning that wheel. And he's like, "That's a little too fast."
Everybody in the
Meanwhile,
ship's
the
like,
galley's going like this. But and then after we did, and I was above the 5-inch guns when they shot off about 5 miles off in the distance to an island. They were doing some live fire. That is something. To see the ship displaced the way it was
Oh man.
was really remarkable. And then from that, we went and did a story on the USS Wabash, and it was doing underway refueling. Which to do that, the USS Wabash, which was tanker, would pull aside the USS New Jersey. They would shoot across the hoses on lines.
That's punk,
Yeah.
like a
And
harp.
then they'd catch them, basically, tether them, and then hook them up. And
Don't screw up from then on.
oh my gosh. Yeah, you just keep it nice and steady, and they would refuel, underway refueling. And then they sent me over to the Wabash to do a story on that side. And that night, they had given up most of their fuel, so there was not enough ballast. And we got caught in rough waters, and I have never experienced pitching like this all night long. That was crazy. But
Oh man, that's
Stuff like that. Yeah, you lose all that balance, all that weight.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd probably lose my ballast.
yeah, I was pretty close. We finished up on the flagship for the Fifth Fleet, which is the USS Blue Ridge, and I've been on that one as well. So it was kind of fun. Between that and helicopters and everything, yeah, it wasn't. I got to see some stuff.
Yeah.
Do some stuff. Yeah.
In fact, I heard a story about the catapult that you can feel it all over the aircraft carrier. That
Oh, yeah.
that noise.
When it
Oh,
it
yeah.
launches.
Because that's a huge ship with 5,000 men.
Can you
Merry
believe it?
Christmas.
And they said, no, you can hear it
Yeah,
every time. Boom,
yeah.
boom. And I was like, wow. Talk about being teamwork.
Yes.
So you talk to anybody there, and the airmen will say, no, everybody supports me.
Yes.
This is
Totally.
totally
Yes.
needed.
Yeah.
My dad was on the Midway, the USS Midway, in the
Wow.
1950s in the Med. So he graduated from high school in like 56
Yep.
and spent 56 to 60 on the Midway. It was right after Eisenhower had integrated the services, and uh, and so we went to the Midway in San Diego and we're able to walk around, and he was able to say, yeah, this is where this was and this is what I did here, and he was flight deck on the Midway, and then he came back and went to the University of Georgia, and then went back in as an officer, and then was on the Enterprise and on a couple of different sails off the coast of Vietnam. What?
The Enterprise is nuclear.
Yeah, yeah. It was, and the Midway is diesel. But it's so interesting. His dad was in northern France in Normandy about 19 days after the invasion as a chaplain, and
That would have been a
hey,
horrible
here's
time.
Eli. Oh, welcome. Hey, little helper, buddy.
We got a little TV noise coming through the mic. So
Okay, I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on with the audio. Thank you. Hi. Good morning. His dad made it about 3 weeks in theater, and then got sick and sent back to this hospital in England where he remained for the rest of the war, chaplaining this hospital of folks being shipped back over. Oh yeah. Well, he was like a Baptist pastor from Arkansas, and all of a sudden he's in northern France, and D-Day, or 19 days after D-Day, right? And so I'm, we're pretty sure, that his illness was, psychological and emotional, of
It would
course,
have been
right?
a horrible time to be
Yeah,
there.
but I'm not sure. It must have been. It couldn't have been too much better at the hospital, being there chaplaining these guys coming back without arms, legs, and eyeballs, and and then some live and some die, and so my dad's dad came back just a really emotionally unavailable person after that, and so my dad just grew up super lonely and playing out in the woods and all by himself and stuff, and so there he is on the Midway, and and he's he's bunked in with now a mixed crowd, right? And the other folks from the South, especially the African American sailors, like they all had a culture and shared story and everything, and so he found himself just getting along really well with all the black sailors, and he'd never and had been great at making friends. But they were really kind and outgoing folks, and so fast forward to when I'm like 12 and we're sitting around the breakfast table, and I can really remember my dad saying, Mike, we been my parents' grandkids, and that's despite the fact that my dad growing up in Jim Crow South, and in Beaufort, South Carolina. So yeah, like it was so that sail on the Med, on the Midway in the Mediterranean made him realize, oh my goodness, like we're people, and